So essentially, what I do is I help coaches and consultants scale online, and a big part of that is through paid advertising. I got started with paid ads roughly about 6, 7 years ago, and I've seen the industry change quite a bit. So I've kind of changed and perfected some of my strategies, and we teach a little bit of a unique strategy. It's different than what most people do, and it's what a lot of people come to us for, is just to help scale through
Yep.
Instagram ads.
Yeah, man. I mean, you do primarily like comment for DM type of ads, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty genius. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so it's actually a little bit different than that. They're more of like like the ads will say like message me keyword. And so it starts in the DMs. And there's all kinds of different unique strategies you can do with it. You can use like many chat features to kind of automate it depending on how flooded your Instagram DMs get. But we've tried the comment method, and dude, the thing with the comments for us at least is it just gets way overcrowded and then just too many people. And with the DMs, you can actually do a little bit of a filter. Like, we can go in a little bit more detail if you'd like, but there's a filter aspect you can do to make sure you're only getting high quality people in after you ask them to send you a specific keyword.
So how do you do that? Because a common complaint with everybody who starts ads is like, yeah, I'm getting some people to opt in, but they're all people that are broke. You have no
Yeah.
idea what I'm talking about. Like, how do you filter for high quality prospects?
Yeah, man, I call it the brokey repellion.
There we go. Everyone knows that.
It's essentially, so if you're familiar with ads and setting up ads, I don't know how well your audience is on here with that, but essentially when you create the ad, there's a feature where you can say, message me a keyword.
Mhm.
And what we do, instead of just saying, message me a keyword, in the ad, we'll say like, this only works for X if you're doing X. So like, this only works for coaches who are doing 10K a month. Message me keyword there. And what will happen is your cost per lead and cross message will go up, but you get way higher quality coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what people just don't understand. It's like they're going for the lowest like cost per click or cost per lead, but like
Yeah.
really what they care about at the end of the day is cost per acquisition. They just don't realize that it takes weeding out the brokies, like you said, to actually get that metric. It might not look good on the front end with cost per click or cost per lead, but you have to like brave it through. I guess, so you said you've been doing paid ads for 6 years now?
6 going on 7.
That's awesome, bro. I guess, like, what's changed, right? Because I feel like 6 years ago, like, the different ad strategies that we were seeing are so different than what you see now,
Yeah.
especially with, like, AI and how the algorithms have changed. Like, what's the biggest thing you had to adapt to?
I think at the end of the day, there's so many different ad strategies that work, right? Like, I still know people that are running webinars that are still successful.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's how you brand yourself, but also like just understanding, like, once you start going into acquisition channel, like perfecting that one thing. And that's where a lot of people make mistakes, is they try like, oh, I'll try DM ads, I'll try lead form ads, I'll try VSLs, and they cut themselves short because they don't go all in on that one thing. And
I got you.
I think to kind of answer your question, for my strategy, I've kind of realized that, our ideal clients are strictly just on Instagram. So that's where I want to advertise the most. And our whole concept is, once we get them on Instagram, it's so easy to retarget people on Instagram. So it's almost like a spider web strategy. Like, once they're in your funnel, they see you every single day until they either buy or they get pissed off and start talking shit on your comments.
Yeah.
Which is even better because then it shows it to more people, right?
Yeah. You boost in the algorithm a little
Yeah.
bit more just from the shit talkers.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. What is your thoughts on like the importance of having a personal brand or building a personal brand behind the scenes as well to like help with the performance of ads?
I think depending on your expertise in the ads, I think someone that's a little bit more like very experienced can do it without it. But like, if you're just getting into ads, you have to have a personal brand on it. And I mean, even myself, if you check out my page, like I'm
You got a
branded
pretty
every
solid
single
personal
day.
brand, yeah.
Because I think branding, I think everybody knows now, it's not branding is the future. Branding is now. It's your resume. It's your life. It's who you are. It's like, even when, like, if you're meeting a girl or boy for the first time, the first thing they're going to do, pull up your Instagram, see who you are, see what you do. And I think it's just like it's just your resume of your life now. And for the people that aren't doing it, you're just missing out on a lot of opportunity.
What do you have to say for the people that are like, I'm scared of what my friends and family are going to say. I don't want to get judged. Because, I mean, we get shitty comments. You get shitty comments like, oh, fuck this guy. He's a scammer, which is like the nature of life. Because I post on TikTok, and the most miserable people on the face of the earth live on TikTok. And even if you post like donating a meal to a homeless man, they'll be like, why don't you give him 2 meals? It's like, no matter what, you're literally not going to win. So like, how do you overcome that mental block of just saying, I'm just going to post?
I think it just comes down to priorities.
Yeah.
You know, like what's important to you. Like when I first started branding, because when I first started my my first company was an advertising agency, and I just wanted to brand myself, and I was in a fraternity at the time. So, you know, this was before like branding and all this shit was cool.
Yeah.
And I remember like posting videos, selfie videos, talking, and, you know, looking back, like I was, they're funny to look at, but like so many people and what I considered friends at the time would just talk shit to me because they're like, dude, why are you even doing this? Like, because everything was like, go get a normal 9-to-5 job type shit. And I just knew I didn't want to do that. And like, I had sacrificed what people that I don't really care about thought about me. And that's what I think it really matters is like, if someone's going to be talking shit about you or trying to hold you back, like they're not your friends in the first place. You know, like you want to be surrounded by people that are pushing you in the right direction. And if someone's like talking shit and trying to hold you back, it's like, let them get out.
I've noticed that nobody who's better at what you're trying to do will ever talk shit.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's called like talking down on someone, but it should be like talking up at someone because like a good friend of mine in Tampa is a massive YouTuber. When I first started posting TikToks, he's like, bro, keep going. Meanwhile, somebody who never posted is like, these are stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you look at the comments most of the time, and I'm sure you guys see it too, it's like every once in a while I'll click on the comments, see who's talking shit. And you look at their profile.
There's like no image.
User
3
46812 every time, bro.
Some Walmart shopper, man. It's like, go back to McDonald's, like, go do your thing, you know?
Walmart shop.
They're just projecting their insecurities onto you.
It's because life's a mirror at the end of the day, right? Like how they feel about themselves, they're going to project on you. And, you know, I think if you're getting hate, you're doing something right.
Yeah, 100%. And like we said, it boosts performance with the ads.
Exactly.
I think it was what's his name, Luke Belmar. Did you ever hear like what his ad strategy was? Like to boost his performance on Facebook ads.
You just get a bunch of people talking.
Yeah, like he would have like a team. He was selling like dog products, and he would have his team be like, comment a picture of your dog, and like a bunch of people would comment pictures of their dog, and he'd have his team go and respond like, oh, that dog's super ugly. Just to get the other person to respond back like super aggressively. It's like, what do you mean? Like,
I don't know if that's how you build a brand.
You're an asshole. And it just boosted the performance, and he was sharing metrics of like how cheap he was getting leads for because of that. I thought that was the most genius thing ever.
That's smart. Smart. Because like you get people to start talking, and then people start tagging each other in your stuff.
Yeah.
And especially in e-commerce, it's a little bit different in coaching because I guess in a way, but like e-commerce stuff goes more viral, you know, for the most part. So I respect it.
I also think the perception of how much hate you're going to get is usually way overblown. And then you start posting and it starts working a little bit. And then you go back home to your hometown bar and more people are like, oh, dude, like what you're doing is super cool.
Yeah.
Like keep going. Like the support usually outweighs the negativity after like.
You literally hit a seesaw from when it's like you hit a point where you're starting to get enough traction where it's like all of a sudden this is cool.
Yeah.
Like if you're posting, I don't know, pizza reviews on YouTube and you're getting 2 views, it's like, dude, you're a loser. But then if you go viral, it's like, this is so sick, bro. Like, how do I do this?
Exactly. And you also find out like who your true homies are. Yeah. Is what I found. Like there's been some people that's just stuck with me through all of it. And those are like the real homies. And then the other ones is like, oh, well, you're just here for a little bit. It's like, so I think
fine. It's better. You might as well get to that conclusion sooner rather than later.
Exactly, man.